really boils down to just kind of the overall basic concept of the number of ways that it can be favorable. Even in my classroom, I use the term favorable sort of loosely. Like you say it's favorable, but it's just sort of like the one you're paying attention to or desired, right? Or the one that you're kind of talking about. So the number of favorable out of the total number possible. So the number of total outcomes. Hi, I'm Sarah. I have been a math and science teacher for over 20 years, and I like to make math and science engaging and not so scary for everyone involved. So this summer, I'm going to be doing some math prep summer camps. We're going to be getting ready for algebra. What do you need to know ahead of time so you're ready to hit the ground running in August and September? Click the link and do the stuff and find out the information. Here, we've got just this basic of like number of the favorable and the number of total outcomes, right? So let's start with something that everybody kind of always talks about is like a bag of marbles, right? Oh no, I didn't bring it in. Shoot. I thought I had my bag of dice with me, but I don't. That's okay. Well, actually, I can use these dice. Shout out to Dimension 20. Whoop, whoop. So with these dice here, okay, we have a lot of different things that can happen. So I've got this D6. I've got this D4. The D4 dice are always so cool to bust out with my students because they're always shocked that, oh yeah, there is a 4-sided die. That's so weird. Okay, so let's say we have this D20. So we have this D20, so it's got 20 sides and it goes from 1 through 20, okay? So when you roll the dice, right, the number of total outcomes is 20, right? But let's talk about the probability of rolling a 1, 3, or a 5, right? So how many different ways could we roll a 1, 3, or a 5, right? So there's 3 different ways that I could roll a 1, 3, or 5, right? I could roll a 1, I could roll a 3, I could roll a 5. Now, my number of total outcomes would be 20, right? Because there's 20 different things that could happen, right? There's 20 different outcomes that I could have, okay? So if I roll my dice, so 3 out of 20, right? So 3 divided by 20. So that is a 15% chance that I'm going to roll a 1 or 3 or a 5. So let's see. So 15% chance. Let's see. I don't know if I really like those odds, but let's roll it. I got a 2. Dang it. So close. So close. Okay. Now the fact that I rolled a 2, I had a 1 in 20 chance of rolling that 2. So if we did something, if we kind of broadened it, right? If we talked about like, well, maybe instead of 1, 3, or 5, we just say, what's the probability of rolling an even number, right? Well, in that case, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So my probability of rolling an even number is 10 out of 20, right? I've got 10 even numbers, which is 1/2, which is 50%, right? Okay, so I've got 50%. Let's see. Oh, that time I rolled a 1. Oh man, nat 1, a nat 2, and a nat 1. Yikes. I am not in very good shape. Okay, but so that's the basic concept of probability is that you've got this number of favorable outcomes out of the number of total outcomes, and you look at it as a fraction or a percent. So that's probability in a nutshell. That's mathed up.